everybody, my name is Dylan, also known as PatsFan177. Welcome back to the channel again. Today I would like to do a little Patriots roundup here. There's quite a bit of Patriots news coming out in the last few days. Some of it good and some of it really not so good. So I wanted to just take a short video to kind of address some of these things. And the first thing that many of you may have heard already, that the New England Patriots had 6 players opting out of the 2020 NFL season due to COVID-19, and these players include starting right tackle Marcus Cannon, starting safety Patrick Chung, reserve running back Brandon Bolden, fullback Danny Vitale, and reserve center/guard Najee Turan. And also, the headliner is Dante Hightower, which is probably the biggest hit of the whole offseason so far, really, aside from Tom Brady. Losing these guys hurts. It really does. Especially Hightower, in an offseason where the Patriots have lost Landon Roberts, Jamie Collins, Kyle Van Noy. Definitely not a good thing to lose another linebacker like that, especially the de facto quarterback of the defense like he is. And you've got a lot of guys that were going to be starters, starting right tackle Marcus Cannon, starting safety Patrick Chung, and Danny Vitale was going to be in contention for that starting fullback spot that is vacated by James Devlin. Jakob Johnson will probably be the guy that takes over that now. But it's tough to see, Again, we traded away Deron Harmon, and now Patrick Chung's gone. We thankfully have drafted Kyle Duggar and Adrian Phillips. We signed in free agency, so that can be good. We still have Terrence Brooks, who I thought might not make the roster, but now it looks like he has at least a better shot of sticking. So these are tough holes to fill. I mean, this is something that was unforeseen, obviously. We don't expect this to happen, and by far, I think, as of right now, the Patriots have the most opt-outs in the entire league, which is kind of disappointing, but you can't blame any of these guys. I'm not upset with them. I'm not blaming any of them. They have very good reasons for opting out of the season, and I respect them completely. I don't hold anything against these players. I think do what's best for you, your family. That's the most important thing, is protecting yourself. So if they feel that they cannot play football and protect themselves adequately, then I am so fine with this. And anybody in the NFL or any sport that opts out, I am so fine with it. I'm not upset with them at all. I'm just saying that, it is tough as a fan to look at these guys and say that they won't be playing for us this year. It's a little bit of a tough pill to swallow, but something that we'll obviously have to work around. Jawan Bentley is going to have a very big year, it looks like, from the linebacker position. I was already expecting him to take a big leap forward in his 3rd year, and now he'll sort of have to. Brandon Copeland, that signing looks better every day. Obviously, they drafted Uche and Jennings, so hopefully those guys can slot into some of these roles. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a work in progress. This season is not going to be easy for anybody, and the Patriots are no exception. I mean, this amount of roster turnover is really tough, for anybody, especially for us after this offseason, where, there's been a whole bunch of departures, not just Tom Brady, but on the defensive side of the ball as well. So, very difficult. We'll see how that goes. Bill Belichick, he knows how to do things. But one thing is for sure, according to Patrick Chung, is he is not tanking. No way in hell Belichick tanks this year. Anyone who's saying that has never been around the guy. Whoever said that is dumb. Yeah. So he obviously does not think that Bill Belichick is going to tank for the season. And I don't really think so either. I think the Patriots have a good team this year that could compete for the AFC East title. The Bills are tough. I'm not saying the Dolphins aren't good, but I don't think they're going to be there this year. And the Jets, I don't think the Jets are getting there either. I'm sorry. So I think it's really a kind of a 2-team race for who's going to win. And even if they don't win, taking a wild card spot is very much within the realm of possibility. This opens up a lot of cap space for the Patriots, these opt-outs. I'm not sure exactly how much. I've heard a lot of different numbers, like 22 million, 25 million. I'm not sure. I might be completely off on these things. I haven't checked in a little while. But, depending on what they do with those, then this could be really an interesting opportunity to see if they could get any free agent that's still out there. You know, they also have the grievances they settled with Antonio Brown and Aaron Hernandez, and they restructured Rex Burkhead's contract as well. So they've got some money now. They've got some space, and you don't want to lose starters. You know, you don't want to have the space, but lose the starters in the process. It's just an interesting opportunity. You know, you'll see what they're able to do. Now, one more thing I did want to say is that in the past couple of days, as I said, a lot of news has come out, and the coaching staff has officially been set. You can read that off. Defensive coordinator is vacant once again, and a couple big things here. You know, offensive line, obviously Dante Scarnecchia retiring. Cole Popovich and Carmen Brasillo are going to be kind of a platoon there, both of us, with Tyler Hughes as an assistant on offense. Jed Fish is the quarterback's coach, so he was an outside hire that went right to the quarterback's coach. Mick Lombardi has been here for a couple years. He's got wide receivers. Inside linebackers Gerard Mayo and outside linebackers Steve Belichick. And Brian Belichick gets a position. He has safeties now, which is very cool. Special teams / assistant Joe Houston, another outside hire this year. Assistant strength and conditioning is Darron Mayo, which is Gerard's brother, as Mike Reese says. So other than that, no real surprises here. Nick Caley retaining that position. I believe he had that. So Vinny Sunseri, or Sunzuri, I'm not sure how to say his name. He was another hire this off season. They've had a bunch of hires this year, which is pretty funny. But that's about it. I don't see any real shocks here, but definitely something to keep in mind. I love that Troy Brown's there. I love the old players, Gerard Mayo. They're some of my favorite coaches too, which is a funny thing. And another thing I didn't want to say, that I did not publish my last video. I did make a video on the 9 players that were released, and 2 of them reportedly have since been brought back, which are Will Hastings and Brian Lewerke. So with these opt-outs, obviously the roster space that they have now, they decided to bring back at least 2 of their guys. I'm not sure if there are more, but that'll be something to watch, you know, these undrafted free agents. And that being said, even with the preseason canceled and with this strange offseason we have going on, it's possible that some of these younger guys can fill in with these slots. You know, people are still talking about Jeff Thomas. Maybe Jeff Thomas can sneak onto the roster, even if, you know, none of the wide receivers have opted out, thankfully. It's possible that that happens, and stuff like that. You can see maybe a younger offensive lineman can make the roster because everybody's kind of bumped up. You know how that works, and maybe J.J. Taylor with running back Brandon Bolden out. That opens up a slot. You know, maybe J.J. Taylor can make enough impact to stick around at some level. I mean, these are possibilities now. It's definitely a different thing, something we didn't expect, but something we'll have to plan for in the future and see how it goes. Anyways, everybody, that'll be it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Remember to click like and subscribe if you did, and stick around. I'll see you guys again very soon.